absolutely stunning vistas of southern Utah, the Red Rock Deserts looking north to Signal Peak, and Zion National Park to the south. Tucked in below Razor Ridge is the Southern Utah Shooting Sports Park, this year's venue for the fastest practical handgun shooters in the nation and their annual showdown to find out who's the best.
This is the Southern Utah Shooting Sports Park, and it's one of the best facilities that you never heard of in the whole country.
It's just a great location. We've had no complaints. The weather's favorable. We had a little bit of wind on one of the days, but otherwise it's a great place.
Stand by.
A great place indeed. And so the stage is set for lightning quick run and gun competition. But there is one more element to love at this national. For the first time, practice score is in use, delivering real-time results.
The main benefit from practice score is time, but also its accuracy. I've had perhaps 3 people come to the Stat Shack with score questions. Once it's on the pad, it doesn't change and it's accurate.
2 Alpha.
2 Alpha.
Alpha. Charlie.
Alpha Charlie.
2 Charlie.
2 Charlie.
Each shooter's scores are recorded digitally and uploaded wirelessly, streamlining the stats operation.
It's instant scored. It's instant results, and once you get the crew on board with learning how to use it, it's seamless. And I'm really impressed with the program thus far.
The scoring system here is hit factor. Stage points are awarded to the shooter with the best combination of speed and accuracy. The speed is measured by the audible shot timer, and the accuracy is measured on the USPSA paper targets.
The center of the target is the A zone, worth 5 points. Outside of that are the B and C zones, worth 4 points each, and the D zone, worth 2 points.
All steel targets are worth 5 points and must fall to score. At the end of a run, all of the target points are totaled and then divided by the shooter's time for the stage. This creates the hit factor, or points per second.
The shooter who posts the highest hit factor will earn the full available match points for that stage, and all others are awarded a percentage of the stage points based on how their hit factors stack up.
And early in the match, the top shooters run into a stage with the potential of a very high hit factor.
The stage Santa's Siege, 14 paper targets, 3 mini poppers, and 1 full-size popper. This is a high-value stage, 160 match points at stake here. And the Open Division Super Squad won't see this stage until late in the afternoon, and that means the sun will be low in the western sky. That adds to the challenge for those shooters because there are 7 targets that they're essentially going to have to look right into the sun to shoot.
And for the first shooters in the squad, the added challenge from the sun is prominent.
Stand by.
Blake Maguez leads off, and at the first port, the low sun is right in his face.
But once he moves right, the sun isn't a problem. On the move quickly through positions 3 and 4.
And into the final port, a couple of pickups add a little time.
Range is clear, 1504.
This is the final steel target array on stage 14. The 2 center steel are protected by hardcover. That's where Blake's extra shots went.
The trouble at the end puts Blake's hit factor below 9.5 points per second. And you can be sure Casey Eusebio noticed.
I step up to a stage, if it's a high hit factor stage, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna go a little bit faster than normal. I'm gonna drop a few more Charlies here and there, knowing that I'll pick up those points in speed.
And it's clear that pushing the pace is KC's goal here. He's through the first 2 ports in a flash.
He shoots positions 3 and 4 on the move. And at the final port, a couple of extras, but the time is still very fast.
Fast enough to put KC's hit factor over 11.5 points per second.
But the stage doesn't belong to Casey just yet. Not while Max Michel is still yet to shoot.
Max is KC's #1 competition here, and his run on this stage is almost a carbon copy of KC's.
At the final position, Max is 4 for 4 with his shots on the steel, and that helps his time. Even so, Max is 0.7 of a second off of Casey's
Range
pace.
is clear, 1378.
Though Max and KC had a similar solution to that stage, their choice in guns couldn't be more different. Max chooses a double-stack 1911 design and 38 Super Comp, built by his gunsmith Dan Bedell. A custom 3-port, 1-baffle compensator with an aluminum Seymour optic on an Alchin mount. Max has a left side slide racker, and on the right, a custom cut kickstand in case he has to retrieve the gun from a table weak-handed.
Casey runs a Glock Model 34 in 9mm Major, built by ZevTech. His optic is a Trigicon SRS mounted up on a custom bracket he designed with the help of Zev. The grips are a silicone carbide composite, and he runs the Zev Fulcrum trigger. Two very different solutions to the open gun puzzle.
Stage 6, it's a pretty high-paced stage, 145 points, high hit factor stage, different variations of shooting it. Just about every position you can do something different.
And the variables at each position will make or break Casey's run.
The different plans start coming out just as soon as the squad starts walking the stage.
I'm gonna go pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah. Steel, paper, paper, swinger, paper, load.
Are you going to shoot that paper coming into there? Or are you gonna...
As soon as I finish with that second position. Yeah. I don't know about the last position. Are you shooting? You shooting activator, steel, paper, and swinger?
It's sounding like the final position is the big question mark. And once the bullets start flying, the ideas continue to evolve.
You see that? He shot paper, steel, doubled the activator, backed up on the swinger, and then finished on the no-shoot static. Do you like that or no?
There is still the question of when to reload.
He just reloaded here. That way everything was super smooth in there. He shot steel, paper, loaded to big stick, paper, steel, paper, swinger. One, target on the right. Went straight in, paper, steel, swinger. How many rounds is it after the reload? 23. 23?
Where are you loading?
Last position.
Going into the window where he is now? You gonna back out?
Nope.
Not either.
I think it's a waste.
You're just gonna go static, activate, steel.
What do you think, static, one steel, and then activator? Just to be safe?
Comes our shooter. Casey's on deck. Eddie Garcia's in the hole.
With the on-deck call, it's time to decide a plan.
And then one last walkthrough. And still, the plan for the final target array is not set in stone.
Alpha Delta. Alpha Delta. It's all okay. Are you ready?
It's time to put the plan to the test.
5.
And right off the start, there is trouble. Pickup in the first array, but KC gets right back on track.
The reload before the end was in the plan, now into the final position, and it's all there. A solid run, but Casey isn't happy.
Could have been someone, Chris. Could have been someone.
You did it. It's good. Let's see what your hit factor looked like.
Should have been better.
8.6.
6, yeah.
Shane's 8.9.
Yeah. If it was a 14, it would have been a 9.
It would have
for sure.
been slamming.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You look great out there.
That's all that matters. As long as you look good.
On the television?
Yeah. The only part of that run I didn't shoot well was the beginning portion. There's 3 pepper poppers, and I had a pickup. I physically took the shot. It was a low left shot. I thought it was good. Brought the gun down and looked at it. Didn't fall. I had to put the gun back up, and I lost about probably 3/4 of a second. I felt comfortable going to that last position, which was the most important position. You had an activator, 3 steel, and a static target with a no-shoot. I came in on the static target, shot 1 steel, shot the activator, 2 steel, and then the swinger.
At the end of the day, a protest exposed a major problem with one of the targets on stage 6. Designated as a scoring target, this swinger must come to rest with at least 25% of the A zone or the entire upper A and B zone visible to the shooter. Well, as you can see, this target does not meet that criteria. So all of the work the shooters put into stage 6 is for naught. But coming up after the break, we'll run down the final day of competition from the USPSA Open Nationals in St. George, Utah.
The top ladies in the Open division are also battling for the honor of national champion, and they too must tackle the high-value stage known as Santa's Siege.
Stand by.
Athena Lee is first, and right away it's clear she means business.
She's very fast through the courts and through positions 3 and 4.
At the end, she has to go all the way to the wall, but she gets her hits on the hardcover steel.
1673 is solid, but 143 target points is not what she wants.
That's because Athena's #1 competition is up next on the stage, Jessie Duff.
And at the start, Jessie is on the same plan of attack. Left court, then right.
But Jessie goes to the left from there, opposite of what Athena did.
At the final position now. Oh! And 1 extra adds a fraction of a second, but it's still good enough to take the stage among the ladies.
9-16-2-0.
The shootout between Jessie and Athena continues onto the stage known as options. A 140 target points here, and a difficult final position.
It's a wall that for Athena is just about too tall to shoot over. Even still, she gets her hits.
18.54 seconds and 134 target points puts the pressure on Jessie.
But the defending ladies national champion is poised, tasting another title.
But a quick pickup on the start might rattle her. Into the final position now, and wow, that was almost disaster. Jessie recovers quickly and finishes the stage.
Look again at Jessie coming into the final position. The impact on the wall is significant, but she keeps her grip and makes the shots.
It was an okay time. I got my points, but I had a few glitches that I didn't plan for, but it's okay. It's smooth, it's clean. That's what I need right now.
And it's enough to repeat as Women's Open National Champion. Back with the men, and what KC Eusebio needs right now is a stage win. He has seen a steady charge from Max Michel, and as this match is winding down, KC needs the points. And the stage options has 140 to offer.
These extras at the final position are adding time, and that does not help the cause. 13.4 seconds and 133 target points is not what he wants.
Now it's Max, and right off the shot cadence seems quicker and smoother.
Into the final position, and that's probably as quick as it can be done. Max wraps it up in 12.95 seconds with 137 target points.
Faster time and better target points means more match points for Max.
The final stage for the match is called Wally Wally, and it's a valuable one.
Another 160 match points are at stake here. This won't be a cakewalk.
As Shane Coley demonstrates, there is a tricky final position with a big steel popper activating a fast swinger, so timing will be critical here.
Hammer down, holster.
Max Michel will be first. And his shots in position 1 are very fast. Only 1 extra on the hardcover paper.
Around the bend and shooting on the move into the final position. And there's the activator. Oh, and 1 extra on the swinger, but the time is still very strong, 17.34 seconds.
Good time, but the door is open for KC. His speed may be enough to seize victory.
But these extras early are disastrous.
of the same at the end. With every shot, KC puts himself further behind.
A look at the first hardcover target tells the story. Too many shots in the black. And just like that, his national slips away. You've made it this far in the video, and for that, we thank you. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel, and we'll keep the uploads coming.